Hello and welcome back to the Crazy Confidence Coach podcast. I'm Heather and this is episode 123. We're talking about how to protect your confidence and your self-worth when life is completely falling apart. Have you ever felt like a major life change completely stripped away your confidence and your sense of self? You're not alone, and it doesn't have to be that way or stay that way. If you're struggling with self-doubt, people-pleasing, or feeling lost after a major life event, this episode is your reminder you're worthy, you're strong, and beautiful things are still waiting for you. Change is tough sometimes, and there are so many things that change and impact how we live our lives. When I look back at all the changes in my life or big events in my life and realize how much it impacted my confidence from time to time, I really wish someone had taken my hand and led me down to a pretty walkway, sat down on a bench and told me it doesn't have to be this way. Now, I'm not saying that some changes don't warrant processing time, grieving, reevaluating, adjusting, or for some big changes, a pause is in order, mainly just to catch your breath. Big changes like losing a loved one, divorce, loss of a job, infertility, losing a home, all of these things can just leave us feeling unstable and truthfully just very lost. It can take time to recover. But when life throws big changes at us or big life events, we don't have to let the hard stuff kill our confidence and self-esteem. Even when we have to shift or adjust, it doesn't have to take out our core persona with it, who we are and who we feel like we should be. Thinking back on one of my big events, our third miscarriage, I remember being so angry at the world, like literally angry at the world. I cursed God. And that is absolutely something I'm not proud of at all. I completely shut down. It was the week of Christmas and I was struggling so badly. I think about this, and during that time, my mind had just been through a lot. My body had been through a lot. And I just had a hard time processing it. I struggled with my confidence, feeling good about myself. I struggled about my marriage and what I was bringing to my marriage, if it was enough. And I felt really, really disappointed. And I felt like there wasn't really a reason for me to live the life I dreamed that I was living because it wasn't happening the way I thought it would happen. Unfortunately, a few years later, I had another major life event and it rocked my world because then I was diagnosed with 2 cancers and had a scary and one of the most difficult decisions I've ever had to make. I ended up not ever having the ability to have children again. So I learned a thing or two about confidence and redefining who I was going through all of this. The road hasn't been easy. I haven't been very good, really and truly, at adjusting sometimes. And I certainly haven't mastered anything yet. However, I really want to share a few things I've learned along the way in hopes that it will help you avoid that crushed self-esteem or confidence in the wake of that big life change or event, because you don't have to have that experience along with whatever the big event is that you're experiencing. So the number one thing that I want to talk about is big life changes don't necessarily mean anything about you. I questioned the value I had as a wife. If I couldn't give him a family, what was I good for? And honestly, I have this really curious mind. But during this time, that mind that I had, that curious mind wanting answers and asking all these really naturally deep, curious questions, really wasn't very helpful. It actually hurt me quite a bit. So what I now know unequivocally, none of what happened gave me value as a wife or lowered my value as a wife. How I show up to the marriage is where the value is. For you, just know that your value is not outside of you. Inherently, you already have value just as you are without anyone else, without anything else. God made you and you can confidently believe in yourself without any other boxes being checked. Being married, having kids, having the perfect house, having a job, having anything else in life that you're trying to make you worth or value, you're worth everything that you need to be worth just as you are. You can be confident and carefree just as you are without anything else or no matter what is going on in your world. Number 2, some things that happen are simply, like the saying goes, it is what it is. I don't want to minimize what has happened to you. I don't want to minimize what has happened to me. And I don't want to minimize how you feel or how life has changed your life or how debilitating or difficult it is. But simply, it is what it is. We as humans want answers. Me, oh my goodness, I always want answers. Why? How? What if? But honestly, sometimes you will not get the answers that you want, or sometimes you won't get answers at all. When I start asking myself those questions about how our circumstances were and why they were, I realize this may be a time that I'm never going to have an answer. Though it's hard, once I learned that I needed to live into that, it made me really much more peaceful than seeking answers. I started feeling a little bit more whole again when I was able to let go of having answers to all of that. My inherent worth was restored a little bit more because I wasn't trying to figure out, was it me? Was it him? Was it something we did, something we didn't do? And when I really look back on that, it's ridiculous. Sometimes things just don't have an answer to them and you can't blame anyone for it. I want you to know that if you are trying to find answers, maybe okay to say it is what it is and move on. Because when we're stuck in that place of trying to find the answers, it is very difficult to move on sometimes. I'm not saying you don't need answers for anything. I'm not telling you not to search for answers. But I do want you to know that the longer that you need answers or that you feel validated or seek approval, you're holding yourself a little bit stuck in the pain of whatever it is that you're experiencing. Okay? 3, big, beautiful life is waiting for you if you're willing to move past the change and events and live into whatever is coming next. The biggest surprise is how wonderful next can be, even if devastating and really difficult is happening right now. I can tell you that I really couldn't see past the life of not having children in our home. And for our situation, for many reasons, that is the way it ended up. Now, a lot of people will ask me, but why didn't you adopt? Why didn't you do this? Well, the diagnosis of 2 cancers really made us consider, is it wise to bring children into potentially a place where I may not be around? And our answer was that wasn't where we wanted to go at the time. It was a very difficult decision. And to this day, we are, we get questioned by that decision. So sometimes things can be hard, but we know that life can be beautiful, even if it doesn't look the way we thought it would look. And I will tell you that you can have a big, beautiful life, no matter where you're at, what's going on, what has happened. It just may take some time for you to get there and some time for healing to take place and time for you to see it. And that's okay. Time is important sometimes with healing. And you just need to know that there is life that can be beautiful no matter what is happening with you right now. You can find it if you allow yourself to do that. One thing that helped me tremendously during all of this, going through everything that I went through, is that I did do an exercise every day where I picked out 3 things I was thankful for. And those 3 things of being thankful for were my forced vision of the world outside of me and what I could be thankful for. And sometimes it was my husband, eating dinner, taking a shower. It was sometimes super simple things that most people are like, well, of course. But when you're in that place that you can barely get out of bed, you don't feel that, right? So I want you to be okay with sometimes you just need to figure out what you're thankful for the day. There's always something to be thankful for. And just know that on the other side of what you're feeling right now, the pain, the frustration, confusion, whatever is happening, that there is a big, beautiful life waiting for you on the other side. Number 4, finding blame or feeling shame doesn't help anyone. It doesn't help you restore your heartbreak. It doesn't help you move on. It doesn't help you recover or reimagine your life. Feeling shame is literally going to destroy your confidence and rob your self-esteem like a thief in the night. Blaming others is simply a deflection, and if you sit with the blame, you're going to realize that you're sitting with unresolved anger when you're pointing the finger to someone else. This isn't helpful for you or for anyone else involved. Make peace with whatever is stealing your energy and your serenity. You absolutely have 100% control. You have control over how you feel, and you have control over your thoughts, and your thoughts are absolutely influencing how you feel. So practice managing your mind, and you're going to find yourself be calmer, happier, and in control of your life. That will help you move on and stop blaming others and shaming yourself or other people. Number 5, allow yourself time to process what you're feeling. When we don't acknowledge what we're feeling, we push it down or we ignore it. We can create more complicated problems down the road. I want you to imagine you're in a pool, you have a beach ball, and you're trying to push that beach ball down under the water. When you do that, there's so much pressure that pops up. And when it pops up, it's so much release of pressure. It is crazy. So you are doing that with your feelings. If you're pushing them down, you're trying to repress them, you're trying to hide them, you're causing more pressure inside your body. The fascinating thing that's happening now is research is showing that our bodies hold on to this unprocessed emotion and it causes disease. If I'm being honest, sometimes I question that with my cancers. That happened a couple years after my 3 miscarriages, and there was a lot of unprocessed pain and feelings of anger and a lot that was happening. And I don't know. Who knows? I don't have the answer. That's an answer I'll never have. If you don't deal with and process pain, disappointment, fear, or other emotions that are really difficult to process, then you may find yourself in a place where you are not yourself, where you are bitter or you're not enjoying family or friends, and you don't want to be that place. You want to be at a place in life where you can actually be 100% you. So go hire a therapist, get a coach, confide in a trusted friend, or at the very, very least, just journal your thoughts and feelings and get really good at processing everything that you're feeling based on what is happening for you. I promise you're going to find your footing and build your confidence if you face your thoughts and the feelings that go with them rather than pushing it all aside. If you're going through something challenging and have a big life event that has knocked you to the floor, I see you. I've been there. I've done that. And I know that on the other side of this journey that you're experiencing right now, that you are going to find that you have strength beyond your own understanding. You're strong. You can get through it and you will eventually rise. If you want to help processing your feelings and your thoughts, I am so good at helping you do that. It's uncomfortable at first, I won't lie, but you will absolutely love the outcome of facing your feelings, learning to process them, and doing it head on. When you avoid it, you will take longer to process it. It takes longer to get over it. And the freedom you're going to feel by going straight through it and doing it head on, you will build confidence beyond something you've never even ever thought of. You, my dear, can face life's greatest challenges head on and win in the end. I hope you understand that life isn't always about being happy. It isn't always about feeling great. It's mostly just about knowing you can survive and thrive no matter what you're experiencing, and trust yourself to have your own back. Have a very blessed day, and I'll see you next week. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. It has been a blast. I would love for you to do me a huge favor and either go leave a rating or a review. And if you really love the podcast or you've learned anything at all, please pass it on to a friend or a family member that might enjoy the podcast as well. That's how I grow, and that's how I'm able to continue bringing you content. If you are interested in coaching, just go to thecrazyconfidencecoach.com. You can sign up for a free discovery call there. Thank you so much for being here. I hope to see you next Tuesday so we can build our crazy confidence together. Love you big.